Thank you. Thank you. How's everybody doing today? Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to be here. Now, today we're going to talk about how to be a super communicator, okay? Not just average and ordinary communicator. And I know I'm in here with some super people, so I need you guys to go ahead and give me the best super you can, okay? On the count of 3, I want you to give me super. 1, 2, 3. Super. That's right. I know we may have some vegetarians, some vegans in the room, but you know what? Every once in a while, I love a great steak. My best steakhouse, I know you guys have Morton's here. Is that right, Morton's? But in Tampa, where I'm from, I go to Longhorn. And me and my wife, we love going out to get a great steak every once in a while. One time, we went out to get a great steak, but we also, guess what? We want to have good customer service. Is that right? Doesn't that make the steak taste better? Somebody say, oh, yeah. Yeah. We wanted to have good customer service and a great steak. And when we got there, we sat down. We were seated at our seat. They brought us over our drink order. And then the young lady who was giving us service, she came and brought us our drink order and ran off. So after she came and brought us our drink order, she also came and brought us our food. And she almost threw it on the table. And then she just ran off. So anytime you guys see me do this, I want you to say, ran off. Okay, so I want you to give you a quick practice. 1, 2, 3. Ran off. She came back, and guess what? My drink was ice now. All right, that's when she came back and checked on us. And she just ran off. And then after I was finished with my steak, and me and my wife had a good time. We had a good time together. But we didn't have really a connection with the young lady. Why? Because every time she came over, she ran off. Didn't I tell you the steak and the customer service experience makes the steak taste better? But I felt like I was being served by a young lady who looked a little bit like this. All right? So the steak tasted good, but I called her over after. And I said, you know, I really enjoyed our dinner. I did. I said, but I don't feel like we made a good connection. And you know what she did? Ran off. All right. So how about you? How about you? When you actually are speaking to your team, when you're talking with the people that you work with, do you really take the time that it takes to talk? Or do you just ran off? Now, when I received that service, the steak was good, but guess what? She brought it to me on a pile of trash, it seemed like, okay? So she might as well have brought it to me in a pile of trash. But you know what? I wish she was like this guy. With a smile on her face, with a great attitude toward what she was doing. Why? Because that would make the steak taste better. But here we go. Anybody can speak, but not everybody takes the time to talk. Go ahead and write that down. T-A-L-K. The T in talk stands for tactful. Write that down. Tactful. And one of the most tactful things that she could have done is put one of these on her face. Everybody in here, we used to say it all the time when we were taking pictures, right? Polaroid picture. Everybody in here, I want you guys to say cheese. Cheese. Give it to me. Yes. Why? Because when you smile, it shows that you're enjoying what you're doing. It shows you're someone who is inviting others to come and talk to you. And I wish that she would have said cheese. Well, guess what? So do your team members. So do your supervisors. So do the people at your home as well as at your work. They want you to say cheese a little bit more often. It's easy to do, but guess what, guys? It's easy not to do. So that's one of the most tactful things you can do is say cheese. The A in talk stands for assertive. Go ahead and write that down. Assertive. The opposite of assertive is, take a look at the screen. This guy. That's the opposite of assertive, right? Aggressive. Oh, they need to hear it just like it is. I'm going to tell them the truth. It was the truth. But if we're not assertive and we're aggressive, then they're cutting our message off from the gate. The moment we open our mouth and we're showing that person that we're aggressive towards them, they go into defense mode. So I want you all at your tables, I want you to discuss what is assertiveness. I'll give you guys about a minute to discuss. What is assertiveness? What is assertiveness? is assertiveness? That's right.
Yeah.
Just what is assertiveness? Let me take a couple of your answers. Let me take a couple of your answers. Go ahead and tell me what you discussed. What is assertiveness? Let's hear it. Confidence. Okay, confidence. Someone else? Being able to stick up and speak up for yourself. Someone else? Respect. Respect for the other person. One more. One more. Being positive. Awesome, being positive. Now, one of the things that I taught my wife how to do is use I statements. I taught her how to do that. Okay? And guess what? I'm working on this just like you guys. So one day I was using the wrong tone of voice when I was speaking to her. And guess what? She pulled out an I statement on me. And she said, I feel upset when I'm talked to in that way. What that did for me is it immediately took my tone to where it should be. Immediately. Why? Because she didn't attack me. Everybody say attack.
Attack.
She didn't attack me, but she stood up for herself, as one of the tables said. She stood up for herself, and she brought me back down to earth. Somebody say, go ahead. That's exactly what she did, okay? But the L in talk stands for listen on level 5. Listen on level 5. Now, Stephen Covey, he has 5 levels of listening that we're going to listen to a quick audio that he's going to share with us. And what I want you to do while you're listening to this audio is write down all 5 of these levels. All right? So listen on level what?
5.
Here we go.
Let me describe 5 levels of listening itself. You might say it's a continuum of listening. The lowest level is to not listen at all. We could almost use the word you ignore somebody. You're not even there hardly at all. You're just into your own world or whatever. The second level is you pretend to listen. You may learn the body language and give the, even the mimicking responses of the last person's sentence. The third level is to listen selectively. You are really hearing. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let me share. Oh, I agree with that, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, what you said back there, I know exactly what you mean. I've had the same kind of experience. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, see, you did understand. But your mind is so into your own hot buttons that you're listening always in terms of those buttons and those interests. But you did understand. The fourth level is to listen attentively. You're really giving full attention out of real sincerity. That takes a lot of energy, really, to attend to another. But still, you're into your head. The fifth is to listen empathically, to leave your head, to get into their head and their heart.
To get into their head and their heart. Let's go over those. Level 1 is?
Not
listening at all. Is that right? Level 2?
pretending.
Pretending to listen. Level 3?
Selective.
Selective listening. And level 4? Attentive listening. But level 5?
Emphatically.
Listening empathically. Now, we all experience level 5 listening at the most peculiar place. At the drive-thru. Yeah, at the drive-thru. As a matter of fact, there are some drive-thrus that take hundreds of thousands of orders, and they get over 97% of those orders right. At the drive-thru. Now, listening on level 5 will help you to become a better husband, a better wife, a better dad, a better mom, a better leader, a better friend. Why? Because when you listen on level 5, you really show that person that you respect them. You let them know that what they're saying is important. Write this acronym down, MMFI. That stands for make me feel important. Listening on level 5 allows for that person who you're listening to on that level to feel important. Now, you have the 5 levels. What I want you to do is put a check mark next to the one that you do the most. So as I said, the drive-through gets it right. And I don't just want to say the drive-through gets it right. Take a look at this short video. Yes, can I get a double and a value fry?
Do you want the half-pound double or the double stack?
It's a double stack.
Okay.
And a half pound of the value fry, as well as the, let's see, the lemonade.
It's going to be cheaper just to get the double stack combo with a lemonade. It comes with a small fry, small drink.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's what I'll do. I'll get the double stack combo with the lemonade.
Would you like anything else?
That'll be all.
I'll be total the second window, please.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. And that's drive-through communication. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to make it personal for you, but it's a strategy called drive-through communication I'm going to share with you guys right now. All right, drive-through communication. And here are the rules. You have a sender and you have a receiver. The sender, you're just going to speak on your family, your occupation, your recreation, or things you like to do, or some goals that you're working on. All right, I'll give you guys as a sender to only speak on those things for about 30 seconds to a minute. All right, 30 seconds to a minute, because we want to keep it short. But the receiver, as the receiver, here are 3 rules I want you to write down right now. Here are the 3 things you're going to do. This is going to change your life. It's going to change your life. The first one is this. Here's the first thing I want you to write down. Write down what they say. Take notes on what they said. The second thing you're going to do is summarize what you heard. Summarize what you heard. Back to them. Not repeat back to them, but summarize in your own words. Let them know that you heard what they said, but you're not just repeating it back. And the third thing, here are 2 questions that you're going to ask. The 2 questions you're going to ask. Did I miss anything? That's the first question. Did I miss anything? And the second question is, do you feel understood? Do you feel understood? So this is how this is going to work. One of you are going to be, I want you to get a partner. One of you are going to be the sender. You're going to have about a minute to talk. And then I'm going to say switch. After that minute is over. Now I want you to go into the either wrap up mode, and so that receiver can actually give you back, take you through the steps. And then I want you guys to switch after that, so both of you get an opportunity to be the sender and receiver. Do you guys follow me? And let's make it happen. All right, let's go. All right. All right. All right. Let me hear from some of you all. What are some of the takeaways that you can take this technique of listening on level 5? How do you see this working for you? Let me get a couple of answers, a couple of feedback from you guys. Yes. Okay. Starts a really great dialogue with the person. Let me get another takeaway that you can see how this can work for you. Yes.
When they're focused on you and listening at level 5,
Mm-hmm.
you really feel that they are interested in what you have to say.
Yes, you feel that they're interested in what you have to say when they're listening on that level. Now, here's my question to everyone here. How often are you listened to in that way, with that type of intensity? Husbands, it'll keep you out of the doghouse, okay? I'll tell you that right now. But all right, but here's some takeaways that I want you to take away from. And I'm gonna make sure that you write these down if you didn't already write them down from earlier. First, make sure that you summarize what you heard in your own words. That's the key. People don't want you to repeat it back to them, but summarize what you heard. Next, ask the question, did I miss anything? Make sure you do that. And then the next question is ask the question, do you feel understood? This will help you to really engage that person and let them know that I want to understand you on level 5. All right? All right, so now we have the T, we have the A, we have the L, but let's go to the K. Know your audience. Know your audience. My question to you now is, if I was to ask you, give me the work style and the personality style of every person on your team, how many of you will be able to answer that question for me?
Yeah.
Okay, about 0.5% of the people in the room. Know your audience. Knowing your audience allows for you to get buy-in. Knowing your audience allows for you to get a lot more accomplished. Just because you know what pushes their buttons, what doesn't push their buttons, and also allows you to speak in their language. Take a look at this short video. As you can see, Carter, he has a problem. His problem is he wants help on this project. And he's going to talk to 4 different people in 4 different ways. Take a look at this short video.
So I was thinking that if you wrote the overview, then you would be the best person to give the presentation. And I know there's going to be like 3 VPs in the room. And I'm completely lame on this database thing. I mean, this is so far over my head. And I would so totally pay to have your car waxed. What I want is for you to teach me, you know, because you're like the master, like Yoda or that guy from the Matrix.
You mean Morpheus?
Yeah, Morpheus. Because you're the one with all the connections. So if you could just help me find the right people and maybe send them a quick email just to lay out the project. Because I know everyone respects you, so hopefully that'll get me a little credibility.
All right, now that wasn't average and ordinary communication. That was 1, 2, 3. Super communication. I need you guys to be right there with me, all right? That was 1, 2, 3.
Super
Communication. He knew who he was talking to. And he changed his message based on who he was talking to. Now, there are 4 people that you work with too. You work with all 4 of the people we just saw today, right here on this video. And let me share with you who they are. The first person is, they like to get noticed. Did you see her light up when he said there's going to be 4 VPs in the room? And you're going to be giving the presentation. Why? Because they like to get noticed. They want people to pat them on the back. They also want to be the person that's up front, being seen, get noticed. Then you have another person that he talks to. This person likes to get it done. He approached this person and said, hey, I'm overwhelmed. I need someone who I know can get the job done. So he's respecting that person's expertise and saying, I know that you are the person to go to when I need to get something done. That's the second type of person you work with, is people who like to get the job done. The third type of person you work with is Morpheus, okay? No, this is a person who likes to get it right. They already have the who, what, when, where, how, and why questions answered before you even talk to them. So you want to respect their knowledge. And that's why he got lit up when he said, Morpheus, right? All right, next, you have a person who just can get along with just about anybody. They have relationships with VPs and other departments. They are the person to go to when you need to be connected to someone. They're the person to go to when you need to have someone to help to build the team morale. This knowledge or this information of your team will help you to get so much more accomplished. It'll help you to get to the next level in your career. Because let's say you're really good at what you do right now. Is that right? Then you get promoted. But you didn't take the time to find out who you were working with. So you don't know how each one of these individuals work. You don't know if they're a get it done person, a get it right person, a get along person, or a get noticed person. But let's say you go to your next level and with that information. Everybody say, cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
They'll be ready to follow you. John Maxwell says this, leadership is influence. By knowing how people respond and how to get people to move, you can influence them to move. So let's go over the talk. Because we said earlier, everyone can speak, but not everyone takes the time to talk. The T in talk stands for? Tactful. That's right, tactful. You got it. The A in talk stands for? Assertive. That's right. The L in talk stands for on level what? Level 5. And then the K in talk stands for
Know your audience.
know your audience. By you taking the time to talk, that'll take you from an average and ordinary communicator to a 1, 2, 3
Super.
communicator. Thank you.